All control comes from insecurities, and all insecurities come from control. It's basically a loop of fear. Eh? And it actually reflects a profound truth about the way fear, survival, and identity interact. Control and insecurity often fuel each other. Hence, they create that loop. It's a loop that keeps us stuck in patterns of fear, patterns of performance, and protection. You know? When you're controlling people, controlling plans, or even controlling emotions, or even controlling outcomes, that is always seen as power. But in reality, it usually stems from fear and emotional instability, emotional immaturity. We try to control because we feel unsafe without it. We fear being hurt, we fear being rejected, we fear being abandoned. We fear being truly seen and not being enough. We fear the return of past chaos we never healed from. Basically, we fear the unpredictability of life. So we end up building walls. We micromanage. We avoid vulnerability. We stay busy and hyper-organized. We overthink and we suppress. But underneath the surface, there's usually a wounded inner child that is still trying to ensure that they will never be hurt again. Hence they turn control into armor. And the insecurity now, that's your permanent wound if you don't deal with it. So, ironically, the more we try to control life, the more insecure we become. Why? Because life is unpredictable. Life is not, people are not programmable as we think. Because emotions don't follow rules. And the more you grip, the more afraid you become of losing that grip. You begin to only trust your control, not others. You rely so much on structure, you even forget your inner strength. You basically base your worth on performance, not your presence. Eventually, your safety becomes now dependent on everything going your way. Any disruption, even small, destabilizes you. And that's the loop of fear. You feel unsafe or not enough, you end up seeking control. Once you're seeking control, you realize life resists control. When life resists control, you become insecure. Now, the more you become insecure, the more you tighten your grip. The more you're tightening your grip, the more the fear increases. You end up building an emotional castle on sand. Then they'll spend your entire life defending it from the tide. The solution is not to tighten your control. The solution is to deepen your trust. Trust that discomfort doesn't equal danger. Trust that chaos doesn't mean things are collapsing. Order comes from chaos. And most importantly, trust that your worth isn't based on outcomes. Trust that your identity doesn't need performance. It needs authenticity. Letting go of control isn't failure. It's freedom. It's basically coming home to yourself, choosing presence over prediction and self-trust over fear. Control will always disguises as fear. And then now, insecurity often results from trying too hard to manage life. To break the loop, you must stop performing safety and start embodying it. You don't need to be in control to be secure. You need to be yourself to feel free. My people, heal. Heal.